Today's problem we're going to work with right here is still to do with Kings Island. We have a lot more information in front of us, but we're going to be based off the year. So let me read the intro and then the question. Kings Island has 14 total roller coasters, once Orion opens at some point. This chart has the year each roller coaster was opened in order from oldest to newest. Each decade is color-coded. Then you can see yellow for the 70s, light green for the 90s, orange for the 2000s, and then light blue for the 2010s. What is the experimental probability that a roller coaster chosen at random is from the 1970s or 2010s? So what we need to do first is count how many are in the 70s. So we have 1, 2, 3. And we have 1, 2, 3. Now I want to stress Orion technically is in the same decade as Banshee. Because remember, numbers, we start with 1. We don't start with year 0 kind of thing. Because when our calendar was created, there was no year 0. So we look here, it would say the start of this decade is 2001 and it goes through 2010. So this would be 2011 through 2020. So we have 3 here also. So if we were looking at just individually, we would say, well, the 70s, that's 3 out of 14. But also the 2010, 3 out of 14. So our experimental probability that a roller coaster is chosen at random is from the 70s or the 2010s. We just have to add them together. So 3 out of 14 plus 3 out of 14. That's 6 out of 14. Now this does not tell us that we have to simplify, so you do not need to, unless you're told to. You never really need to. But in this case, if you were to, what you'd be looking at is that you would divide by 2 and divide by 2 to get 3 out of 7.